The following is a segment from Session 8 of the Honestly Better Mental Fitness Show. If you would like a list of all the segments and the full sessions, please visit honestlybetterfitness.com/list. That's honestlybetterfitness.com/list.
Welcome to L&H Industrial's Honestly Better Mental Fitness. I'm Mike Lomber. I'm the president of L&H Industrial, standing in the middle of a breezeway in the shop in Tempe, Arizona, to get an idea of what we do behind us here. I found mental fitness a few years ago, and it changed my life. It's changed my family's life. And now we'll bring it to all of L&H Industrial and recording it to put it out for us to hearing. Thank you for joining.
Okay. Taking care of ourselves first. Our relationship with ourselves is reflected in our relationships with others. And essentially what this is if our relationships are struggling because we're impatient with other people, or we demand too much from other people, or we're overcritical or over pessimistic, it's often because we do that to ourselves. And so I'm gonna put out a challenge here that to be in relationship with others, we first have to be in right relationship with ourselves. I might even say deeper, to love another. And when I say love, I mean love in the most general sense possible. So warm affection for another human being. So this doesn't necessarily mean romantic love. But I think there's probably something deep in to love another, we have to first be able to love ourselves. And that brings in a couple of questions. One, what does it mean to love? And how do we love another or ourselves? What does it mean to love somebody? And then why ourselves first is probably the second question that might come up in there. If we're not patient with ourselves, if we're not kind with ourselves, if we don't treat ourselves with respect, generally we're going to struggle doing that with others as well. We often treat others how we treat ourselves. And when you are able to zoom into the head of another human being and look at a lot of neuroscience stuff and can see brain waves, and when those brain waves turn into words, we're probably going to hear a lot of criticism of ourselves, a lot of judgment of ourselves. If you were able to pull the words out that run through your mind or your own thoughts in any given moment, not all the time, but in a lot of moments, and you said those words out loud to another human being, it probably wouldn't be something that you would like to speak most of the time. And yet that is how we speak to ourselves. That is how we think or feel about ourselves. And so one of my first challenges might be to start noticing and becoming aware of how do we treat ourselves? How do we speak to ourselves when we're late to something or didn't do something as well as we'd like to? How do we respond to that? When we are finding ourselves feeling needy, feeling sad, feeling tired, feeling frustrated, do we look at ourselves with love and patience and kindness? And I'm like, oh yeah, God, I get why I'm so tired today, because, oh man, look at all these things I did in this week, or I haven't been sleeping. That totally makes sense why I'm tired. I should probably cancel that thing tomorrow, go take a nap and grab a blanket and some hot cocoa. Or do we I'm so frustrated with myself and I'm just this and I'm too lazy, or I'm too weak, or whatever it is, right? Like, what words and things do we say with ourselves in there? How we treat ourselves is often reflected in how we end up treating others.